Hello, my name is Sebastian and I am the game designer for Birds with Feelings. So Birds with Feelings is a top-down, turn-based strategy game where feelings matter. You take control of a small team whose feelings constantly change and use those feelings to stop a war via diplomacy.
In this video, we will be taking a look at how that works in practice. Let's go!
Here I am with a tiny bird team adventuring through the lands. Battles are fought by just placing birds in front of vultures and then seeing them go at it. So how do you win confrontations then? Like, what does this number depend on?
This is where feelings come into play. A bird can be confident, solitary, social, cautious, or neutral.
By having a bird's feelings match an opponent's feelings, you have a higher chance of vibing together and thus becoming friends. But if you have opposite feelings, you will end up not being able to communicate. So here we can see two confident birds vibing, and everything's fine. It's pretty nice. And then here we have a misunderstanding, let's call it that.
Now, the twist here is that feelings change.
Place two birds together like this and they will grow more social. Place them apart to make them more solitary. Let birds win battles and they'll grow more confident. Let birds lose battles or have them rest to make them grow more cautious. So here we've turned Terry into an extremely confident bird, so much so that he's now in the emotional danger zone and is risking losing mental health due to that. On the other hand, Rebecca has grown a little bit more cautious by resting and is becoming very, very social, like strangely, like dangerously social. Meanwhile, Alexander is becoming more social and also more cautious by getting beat up, which can be good or bad depending on what you need. So let's take a look at the world map here. We have a trial level coming up here. Trial levels are harder and longer levels where the feelings of your team are frozen and will not change. So you need to make sure beforehand when entering the trial that the bird's feelings are correct. Here we can see that we'll face a bunch of social vultures. So it's time to turn our team social. We right now have a confident bird, a social bird, and a solitary bird. So let's try and change that in the upcoming encounters. So this should be pretty simple. We have a neutral bird, which is weak to all birds with emotions. We want everyone to become social. Terry is kind of a lost cause because he's so far on the solitary spectrum. But Alexander, if we make him move downwards towards caution and towards socialness, he should be able to turn social. So I'll place him here and let him rest and then have him hang out with Rebecca for multiple extra effect. Rebecca might actually be a little bit bad though, because she's like dangerously close to the danger zone. And if a bird spends time in the danger zone, they start taking emotional damage. So instead, let's place Terry here along with Alexander. And Terry is also close to the solitary danger zone, so it's good to make him more social. So like that. And then we'll have Rebecca become more confident and more solitary. Terry goes away from the emotional danger zone, that's good. Rebecca goes away from this danger zone, that's also good. And Alexander changes emotion due to moving in this direction, so that's really good. Now we're set for the next confrontation. So that's the basis. Each level is kind of like a sudoku puzzle, but with consequences that carry over to future puzzles. On top of that, birds can also level up by collecting emotional seeds on the grid. So the compromises and optimizing when placing your birds will never end.
And that is it for this time. I hope this video gave you a better idea of what you can expect from Birds with Feelings. It is a weird, quirky game that we feel really proud to finally release into the wild. The game is available on Steam, so check it out if you're curious.